Warm welcome to TV Africa News and thank you for always joining us. This is Africa Today. My name is Najima Luima, but first are the headlines. Uganda National Coalition Forces for Change agents are charged in court. Somali leaders agree to hold delayed elections. Late money penalty gives Senegal narrow win over Zimbabwe. A warm welcome once again. Now the news in detail. The court-martial yesterday charged 15 people over the murder of 4 police officers. Lugendo Stewart and 14 others were charged with 7 counts, which include 1 count of treachery, 2 counts of aggravated robbery, and 4 counts of murder, which they all denied. We have more. Prosecution alleges that Lugendo Stewart and 14 others plus others still at large between the months of November and December 2021 in diverse places of Wakiso, Mityana and Chiboga districts as agents of Uganda National Coalition Forces for Change, a force engaging in warlike activities against the government of Uganda, recruited people and attacked security posts for purposes prejudicial to the security of Uganda. It further alleges that on the 7th day of December 2021, while at Sebombo village in Mityana district, robbed Corporal Okage Alfred and PC Chigongo Moses of an AK-47 with 30 rounds of live ammunition, and immediately before or after used a deadly weapon to wit an SMG rifle to murder them. Furthermore, it alleges that the accused on the 16th day of December 2021, while at Nakasazi police post, Nakasengere village in Chiboga district, with malice aforethought caused death of Corporal Subga Francis and SPC Dimba Francis. Court led by Lieutenant General Andrew Guti has adjourned this matter until the 24th this month for mention of the case after prosecution revealing to court that the investigations in the matter are still ongoing. The same court has also charged Waibi Abdulrahman, a 45-year butcherman, and Mulinde Abubakar, a 19-year tax conductor, for unlawful possession of ammunition. Prosecution alleges that the duo on the 9th day of December 2021 at Gimbo village in Wakiso district were found in unlawful possession of ammunition, to wit 2 hand grenades, the said ammunition ordinarily being the monopoly of the defense forces. The two have denied the charges and have been remanded to Chitalia government prison until the 24th this month. The leader of opposition party NUP, Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu, can now finally breathe after the Director of Public Prosecutions, John Francis Abodo, withdrawing charges against him of obtaining registration by false pretense.
The charges had been instituted against the leader of opposition party National Unity Platform, Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu, by prominent lawyer Hassan Male Mabirizi in September 2021. Mabirizi alleged that Chagulanyi had been admitted to university to pursue a diploma dance and drama on mature age entry, yet he reportedly did not meet the criteria for such an admission. However, Mabirizi was asked later to submit everything he had about this case to the DPP to take it over, which was done on the 7th October 2021, and it's upon this that when the matter came up yesterday before Grade 1 Magistrate at Law Development Center Court for mention, State Attorney Joy Apoloti tendered a withdrawal form dated December 16, 2021, withdrawing charges against Chagulanyi. On hearing this, Mabirizi, who was present in court, raised some objections to the withdrawal, and presiding magistrate Nisima Marion adjourned the matter for ruling on February 14, 2022 for the trial. The magistrate will decide whether to endorse the withdrawal or not.
Somali leaders announced on Sunday they had struck a deal to wrap up parliamentary elections by February 25th after repeated delays that have threatened the stability of the troubled country. The agreement was reached after several days of talks hosted by Prime Minister Mohamed Hussein Robo with state leaders to try to defuse a bitter political crisis.
In a statement issued after the talks in the capital Mogadishu, the ongoing election of the House of the People, or the lower house, will be completed between the periods of January 15th and February 25th, 2022. Robo and Somalia's President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed, better known by his nickname Farmajo, have long been at loggerheads over the long-delayed elections, with fears their squabbling could erupt into violence. The international community has voiced its alarm over the crisis, fearing for the fate of the fragile Horn of African nation as it continues to battle a deadly insurgency by Al-Shabaab Islamist militants. The long-running dispute between the two leaders erupted again last month when Farmajo suspended Robo, the man he had himself chosen as premier in September 2020. But Robo defied the order, accusing the president of violating the constitution and an attempted coup, while troops loyal to him patrolled the streets of the capital. Farmajo, whose term as president ended almost a year ago, faced calls from opposition leaders to vacate his office and for him to face an investigation into his actions. Robo has insisted that Farmajo restore his powers before the elections can resume and accused the president of using the armed forces to exert influence over the process. Nearly 30,000 clan delegates are assigned to choose the 275 MPs for the lower house, while Somalia's 5 state legislatures elect senators for the 54-member upper house.
Let's take a quick break. We will be right back. On Monday, footage released by Ethiopian regional state-owned television station showed the impact of an airstrike in embattled Tigray region. The exact death toll of the strike has yet to be announced, but dozens of people are believed to have died. We have more. Images of the strike that hit on Saturday a refugee camp in Dedebit, a town located in northwestern Tigray, killed dozens of civilians on Saturday, have been broadcasted. Tigray TV, an Ethiopian regional state-owned television station, released the footage on Monday. The deadly strike, which gave no chance for the refugees to flee, leaves families in mourning. The Tigrayan rebels accused the government of carrying out a drone attack. Tikle Gebremedin, the province administrator, said that their people are also paying the price of the war fronts. Reports of the strike came a day after Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed issued a message of reconciliation for Orthodox Christmas after 14 months of war. Since a war erupted in November 2020 between Ethiopian forces and the Tigray rebels, who once led the country, authorities have often resorted to drones to back the military offensive. On Sunday, the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs announced humanitarian partners had suspended the activities in the area. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, the planning minister confirmed that the general census of the population is going ahead. The last time the country organized one was in 1984. The exercise will also serve to identify the population and enroll voters.
Preparatory works of the census will be taking place from February and field operations are scheduled to start in July. Costs are estimated at $600 million. The government has allocated at least $250 million in the budget for 2022. The challenge for the government will be to finish before the next elections scheduled for 2023. The executive claims this exercise is essential to better prepare economic and development programs and policies. For the country of more than 89 million people, the stakes are high. Its economy depends largely on the mining sector, among which agriculture is a sector with great potential. The Democratic Republic of Congo has more than 80 million hectares of arable land, but only 10% is currently used. Although coffee, cocoa, palm oil and rubber have already been highly industrialized, the cultivation of manioc, maize, rice or soya presents a sector with a high potential for industrial development, according to the National Agency for Promotion of Investments.
In a statement read on national television on Monday, the military regime spokesman Colonel Abdullahi Maiga announced the recall of Bamako's ambassadors to the West African nations involved and the closure of air and land borders with them.
In a statement read on national television, Colonel Abdullahi Maiga detailed the harder line adopted by the junta on relations with ECOWAS countries. The authorities have decided to recall Malian ambassadors to the West African nations involved and close air and land borders with them. West African countries had indeed reunited in Accra for an extraordinary summit aimed at reviewing the situation in Mali, where two coups and military takeovers have occurred. Under the chairmanship of Ghanaian President Nana Addo, the heads of state and government of the Economic Community of West African States had agreed to impose an embargo on Mali that suspend most commerce and financial aid to the country. Mali's military rulers, led by Colonel Assimi Goita, a 39-year-old former Special Forces chief, have said they would stay in power for 4 more years instead of holding elections next month as promised. The reaction came after a meeting in Ghana followed months of increasing tensions over the timetable for restoring civilian rule in Mali. ECOWAS countries have vowed to lift the embargo once a new satisfactory timetable is issued.
Let's once again take a quick break. We will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching TV Africa News, the right to know. In our business news today, Will Smith won his first award from the Golden Globes on Sunday. He was crowned Best Actor in a Drama Film at the annual award ceremony.
After 5 nominations in different categories in 1993, 1994, 2002, 2007 and 2016, Will Smith's 2022 nomination has finally been the one. The 53-year-old rapper turned actor won his first Golden Globes award. His portrayal of tennis players Venus and Serena Williams' father, Richard Williams, in movie King Richard was commended. Despite the audience and broadcast-free ceremony, the Globe still announced the winners via Instagram. Will Smith has a long and prolific career. He has starred in hit comedy series or in more serious roles. His latest movie, King Richard, is directed by Reynold Marcus Green and produced by Venus and Serena Williams. It details Richard Williams' plan to make his daughters tennis pros starting when they were just children. The movie, which was released simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max, has emerged as an early Oscars frontrunner. Nominees for the Academy Awards will be announced on February 8th.
In our health news today, at least 18 people have died due to COVID-19 related illnesses. In the last one day, the Health Ministry has announced the death toll for people who have died due to COVID-19 in the country is now 3,357 ever since the pandemic was announced in March 2020.
According to the latest data from the Ministry of Health, Uganda confirmed 749 new COVID-19 cases from a total of 7,943 COVID-19 tests, in which 18 people were reported dead due to COVID-19. Last week, Health Minister Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng said that the country should learn to live with COVID-19 because the virus will just not go away. Acheng said that government will not consider closing down even in the face of surging cases because it is not sustainable. The minister confirmed in a press statement that the third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic is on and urged Ugandans to get vaccinated. The health minister said that her docket shall start giving booster doses to those who are ready to receive them beginning February 2022. Following the directive of President Museveni, the Ministry of Health, according to Acheng, will administer booster doses of COVID-19 vaccine to priority populations, including the elderly aged 50 years and above, security personnel, and health workers. Others include teachers both in pre-primary, primary, secondary, and post-secondary institutions, border riders, drivers, and conductors of all passenger service vehicles, bar and nightclub workers, market workers, vendors, religious leaders, and the media.
In our sports news today, a Sadio Mane penalty 7 minutes into added time enabled lackluster Senegal to beat Zimbabwe 1-0 in their Africa Cup of Nations Group B opener. Defeat was harsh on Zimbabwe, who made one of the tournament favorites look distinctly ordinary in Bafokeng. Kachanchu has more.
In the 4th minute of stoppage time, Kelvin Manzongwe was adjudged to have handled as he turned his back on the striker from Papegway. Liverpool forward Mane rifled home to give Senegal the perfect start. Featuring a side shown of several players including Captain Kalidou Koulibaly and Edouard Mendy, because of COVID-19, the Senegalese had earlier missed a host of the chances. The best fell to midfielder Gana Gueye shortly before half-time, but the Paris Saint-Germain star could not control an easy pass from Mane with the goal beckoning. Mane himself had been denied earlier in the half when shooting straight at impressive Zimbabwe goalkeeper Petros Muhari after wriggling into space in the box. Senegal came into this tournament seeking a First Nations Cup crown after losing the 2019 finals at Algeria, but were far from their best after only being able to name 17 players out of the squad of 28 through a mix of COVID-19 cases and injuries. Bayern Munich defender Bonassar struck a low shot inches wide for the first chance before Keita Balde also failed to hit the target. At the other end, Zimbabwe captain Knowledge Musona left fly from 20 yards only to see his fine strike whistle past the post as his side, looking to reach the knockout stages for the first time, went close.
That was the news. Thank you for always keeping it TV Africa. Please do stay tuned. More programming coming your way.